Apologies about that. We have the audio sorted here. Calgary Mounties Lacrosse Club taking on the Outlaws here. Goals from Sebastian Simonson and Joseph Royer for the Outlaws early in this game. Outlaws starting in the Mounties board side corner, working it back up to Simonson. Back down low, behind the net. And cross, forced out by the Mounties defender there. Loose ball. Mounties starting with it by their bench. Mounties working along the outside here. Back up top. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Behind the Outlaws net. And over and back called. Outlaws going to be starting in the Mounties end here. Joseph Royer starting down low. He opened the scoring for the Outlaws this afternoon. High shot off the backboards. Outlaws managed to keep it in the Mounties end. Managed to recover it. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Royer, high shot, saved by Zadarev. And long bomb, outlet pass was just out of reach. And Scott Cavalinas will grab it for the Outlaws and set up his transition here. Time called. Mounties starting with it here. Mounties, a little handoff there. Working along the boards here. Mounties holding. Back behind the net. And that one just out of reach. Over and back called. Outlaws going to be Outlaws. A little bit of confusion there, but Outlaws ball in the corner. Outlaws. High shot over top of the traffic there. Back to Royer. And a little dish across the crease. And the Outlaws are up 3-0 here in the first period. Ethan Forgrave from Joseph Royer. 3-0 Outlaws leading. Outlaws managed to win that face-off. Good offensive play there by the Mounties. Big hit laid by Cameron Chesser. Mounties managed to grab it and racing into the Outlaws end. Right up the gut. And good save by Cavalinas. Gonna be Outlaws ball here. Outlaws. Over to Simonson. Back down. Diving play, and the Outlaws are up 4-0 here in game 2. Luke Royer with the diving goal. 4-0 Outlaws leading. Mounties win that one. Another whistle. Outlaws ball once more. Royer. Simonson up high. And Simonson beating the Mounties goaltender right over the shoulder. A little bit of a shot after the goal from the Mounties. That one might be chasing Zadarev to the bench. Jared Ferris taking the net for the Mounties after the 5th Outlaws goal. Mounties looking to bounce back here, get on the scoreboard. High shot. That one disappears in Cavalinas. Pads, long pass, one-on-one here. And that one just high, bouncing out into the netting. Mounties ball here. Dame holding for the Mounties. High shot over the pick, and fresh shot clock for the Mounties here. Robichaud. Mounties back behind the net. Lots of pressure from the Outlaws defender. Loose ball here on the bench side boards. And Cavalinas bounce pass up to Luke Royer, turning and up to Simonson. Joseph Royer down low, behind the net, looking for help, getting accosted by the Mounties defense. Simonson, sidearm, and good test for Jared Ferris early, but he manages to smother that ball. Mounties transitioning up the boards. Turning, still in possession. 2-on-1 and breaking out here. Good opportunity turned in there by the Mounties, but Outlaws grab it and work their way up. Mounties settling, getting the rest of their offensive unit out. Luke Royer over to Forgrave. Down to Simonson, racing along the top there. That one off of Ferris and down into the Outlaws end. Outlaws, low shot, and Ferris grabs it and looks for the outlet. That one picked off. Outlaws quickly turn, looking for an opportunity here. Simonson just as to Joseph Royer. Back down to Luke Royer. Low shot, and Ferris grabs it again. Stepping out of the crease, sidearm there. 2-on-2 here. Peeling off, looking for help. Almost got trapped there in the corner, but good play by the Mounties offender there. High shot, that one was off the post and wide. Called over and back. Going to be Outlaws ball in the board side corner here. Joseph Royer running to grab it. Luke Royer. And that one working along the outside and then finding the cutting Outlaws player. Luke Royer, he beats Ferris, make it 6-0, Outlaws leading in the first period. Mounties win that one. Chesser holding. Dishes it off before heading to the bench. Back up top. A little misplay there, but Mounties still in possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Behind the back. Ran out of room there. And that one over and back called just as the shot clock expires. Got some rough stuff in the Outlaws' end. Referees quickly break it up. Whistle called because of the extracurriculars in the Outlaws and Mounties ball. Mounties working along the boards here. Cutting, ran out of runway there and crease called. Outlaws grab it. Turning and working back up the floor. Runco dishes it off to Luke Royer. Outlaws working along the bench side boards here. Sidearm. And that one was off the backboards and out. McChesney passing it up to Lacrosse. Mounties looking to get on the board here with 10 minutes left in the third. And breaking up the middle. And goalie water called. Simonson starting in his own crease. A little bit of pressure from the Mounties there as he exits his end. Running along the back. Behind the net, up high again. And Ferris grabs it. And up top for the transition here. Mounties turning, setting up the offense here. Looking for the shot, decides to dish it off. Mounties sidearm. And Outlaws grab that one. Nielsen, long bomb, passes up to Forgrave. Forgrave trying to go one-on-one, runs into Mounties defenders. Mounties grab that loose ball. And a lot of pressure from the Outlaws forechecker. Mounties grab it though. Tried to go backhand, but that one was just wide. Crease called, Outlaws grabbing it. Working it up the bench side here. Looking for the pass to dish off and head to the bench. Joseph Royer holding over to Luke Royer. Working in the middle. Good opportunity there with a lot of pressure from the Mounties defense. Mounties grab it though. And decides to hold up, wait for help. Mounties. A lot of pressure from the Outlaws defenders here at the face-off dot. Mounties back over to the board side. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Mounties, 5 seconds. High shot, that one's just wide. Outlaws. Was thinking about running for it, but heads to the bench, gets the offensive unit out there. Michael Tokar starting in the corner. Back up to Simonson. Looking for it. Back to Tokar. That pass was partially blocked by the defender. Mounties grab it. Bartholomew hands it off before running to the bench. Mounties tried to go around the pick, but ran right into it, unfortunately. Still in possession, working around the boards. High shot, and the Outlaws goaltender doesn't know where that one is. Pinned that one up against the crossbar. Outlaws grab it. Still 6-0, Outlaws leading currently. Outlaws holding up here. Luke Royer along the boards. Back up to Simonson. And that one was picked off. Partial breakaway here by the Mounties. And he bobbles it. Cavalinas grabs it. Good opportunity for Brody Seaborn. Just mishandled it at the last second. Simonson holding on the bench side. Back to Simonson. Thinking about breaking in. Button hooks and looks for help. That one blocked by defenders. That one out of bounds. White-Ho. Mounties look for a pass. Finds it, 15 on the shot clock. Loose ball here on the boards. Up high to Ho. That one off of the Outlaw defender. It's going to be Mounties' ball still. Lemire passes it back to Lemire. Mounties tried to go cross crease, turned away at the last second. Cavalinas grabs that one up, and Outlaws turn and transition into the Mounties end. Simonson holding up, waiting for help. 5 minutes left in the first period here. The floor has been mostly slanted in the Mounties end. That one, a little bit of a tangle there between two of Outlaws. Managed to grab that one. Forgrave holding. Stripped the Mounties player of it. Over to Joseph Royer. Back to Forgrave. That one was just out of reach. Joseph Royer grabs it. Fresh shot clock. Up to Simonson. Back over to Joseph Royer. High shot. That one was high and off the backboards. Mounties grab it and runs into the forechecking Joseph Royer. Dishes it off just in time though. A lot of pressure here up high. That one blocked by the Outlaws defender. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mounties grab it. High shot. That one off Cavalinas. Outlaws managed to grab it. Wolney dishes it off to Simonson. Bouncing pass. Back over to Luke Royer. Sidearm, that one was wide. Low shot, Ferris grabs that one. And looks for the pass. That one up to Foster. Foster manages to get a shot off. Cavalinas with the save. Loose ball. Mounties grab it in the corner. Behind the net. Back up top. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Sidearm. That one off the backboards. And over and back called. Joseph Royer starting in the corner. Runs it up high. Back to Joseph Royer. Sidearm. And that one right in front of Ferris to grab. Passing up. And misplay there. Outlaws grab it. And working along the boards here. Decides to go in on his own. And call coming. Simonson starting up top for the Outlaws power play here. Bench minor.
2 minutes for illegal substitutions.
Low shot, Ferris. Mounties grab it. And 2-on-2 here. Mounties penalty kill. Button hooks. And Foster holding. Ticking time off the clock. Bench minor, illegal substitution. Mounties penalty there. Shot. Cavalinas grabs it. Colton Jones serving the penalty for the Mounties. Outlaws turn. 1:05 left in their power play here. Joseph Royer holding. 1:18 left in the first period here. Been all Outlaws so far on the shot clock. Bobbled. Simonson grabs it. High shot, and Simonson beats Jared Ferris up top. 7-0 Outlaws leading here in game 2.
Last minute of play in the first period.
57 seconds in the first period here. Simonson capitalizing on the power play there. Outlaws looking for one last goal here in the period. Joseph Royer off of the Mounties goaltender and out. Mounties managed to grab it. 34 seconds left in the first period here. Murphy holding, turns, passes it off. 20 seconds left in the first period here. A lot of work along the outside here for the Mounties. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Good opportunity for the Mounties off of Cavalinas, and the Pacherny grabbed it, but Outlaws will end the period on top. 7-0 Outlaws leading after the first period. Game 2 against the Mounties. We'll be back after the intermission. Welcome back to CROW Lacrosse TV. Second period here. The Outlaws are leading 7-0 against the Mounties in Game 2 of our Senior B Round 1 playoff action. Mounties sidearm. Chayton Hetman with the save. Outlaws grab it in their own crease and work it up the board side. Runco dishes it back up top to Luke Royer. Simonson tries to go one-on-one, turned away, back up top to Luke Royer. High shot by Simonson, loose ball. Mounties come up with it. Colton Jones manages to get the pass off before heading to the bench. Mounties working along the outside here. Over to Davis Dame. Dishes over. Dame cutting just out of reach for him. Long ball pass, just out of reach. And Ferris will grab it and look for the outlet pass. Mounties setting up their offense here, holding on the bench side. All right. Looking for the shot, turns back. Foster battling for the loose ball. Outlaws come up with it, but quickly lose it. Shot clock expired. Outlaws ball here. Over to Joseph Royer. Down low, Foregrave. Across. A lot of pressure from the Mounties defender. Shot. And that one trickled through but stayed out. Mounties grab it, working up the boards. Dishes across. High shot. Hetman save. Second opportunity. Hetman grabs it and dishes it off to his help. Pressure here, swim move. Turning, Joseph Royer up high. Shot, and Ferris with the save. Carrying it into the Outlaws' end. Holding down low. Up high. Over to Murphy. Murphy, good opportunity. That one turned wide by Hetman. Mounties strip it, and fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock for them. Holding now, setting up, looking for a pass. That one blocked by the defender. Mounties come up with it. Sidearm, cross crease, and diving shot saved by Hetman. Loose ball, battling still. A little bit confusion here. Referees converging. Going to be Mounties ball in the corner here. Mounties working around the outside now. Back up top. Over to Goodman. Cross. High shot. That one wide. Loose ball in the middle here. Battling. And Outlaws come up with it. Breakaway here. That one was wide. And Mounties come up with it after the crease. Oh. Back down. Bartholomew. And Outlaws come up with it. Forced behind his own net. Looking for help. Moving pick called, much to the dissatisfaction of the Outlaws defender. Loose ball here. Mounties. High shot. And Chetman smothers that one. Good opportunity for Pocherny. Outlaws working along the boards here. Down low, Forgrave. Back across to Simonson. Loose ball. Outlaws come up with it. Sidearm right into the Mounties logo on Ferris. A little pressure here, looking for his outlet. Picked off. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Pick. That shot was wide. Simonson comes up with it though. Second opportunity here. Holding off, waiting for help. 18 seconds on the shot clock. That. Mounties ball. Both teams finishing up their changes. Mounties. Diving opportunity. That one partially blocked. Mounties come up with it. Back up top here. Mounties working along the outside again. Pestering in the middle. Hetman snags it. And outlet up for Forgrave. Forgrave holding. Simonson cutting. And Simonson beating Ferris down low. Scratch that, sorry. Crease called, no goal. 8-0 still for the Outlaws. Mounties. Pick and roll. Diving opportunity again. Hetman grabs it. And that one almost intercepted by the Mounties forechecker. Outlaws holding here on the bench side boards. Working along the outside here. Simonson back over to Royer. Joseph Royer. That one, crease again. Goalie timeout here. A little bit of cleanup needed in the Mounties end. Mounties turning now. Looking to get it back on the scoreboard here. Behind the back, and they beat Hetman for the first goal of the game. Ben Foster Beautiful behind the back goal to open the scoring for the Calgary Mounties. 7-1. Mounties trailing right now in the second period. Mounties rejuvenated. They are looking to get back into this game here. Hetman grabs it. Big hit by Fong. Low shot. Hetman doesn't know where it is. Trickled out of the crease. Ben Foster holding. Mounties settling. Wow. Picks in the middle, pestering. Hetman grabs that one. And Outlaws working along the boards, cutting, dishes off. Down low. Yeah, moving pick called. And trucking down the middle. Will Ho pressuring. Good defensive effort for the Mounties, preventing that breakaway opportunity. Mounties turning, 25 on the shot clock, lots of time to work for them. Cutting, big shot, knocks down Connor Murphy. Mounties lose it on the boards. Outlaws breaking out. Swim move by the Outlaws captain. Peeling back, Outlaws setting up here. Back up top to Sebastian Simonson. Holding. Back over to Takar. Simonson, high shot. That one saved by Ferris. Mounties grab that rebound. That pass just out of reach. Mounties, a lot of pressure here. And good effort by the Outlaws. Whistle called, going to be Mounties' ball. Robichaud starting with it. Down low to Foster. Back up top. Cutting. Diving. Knocks the net off. Going to be Mounties' ball here in the corner. Connor Murphy. Back up top. Murphy cutting. Good shot. Outlaws turning. 2-on-2 here. 3-on-2 now. And low shot, Ferris. Able to turn it aside. Joseph Royer up top to Simonson. Over to Joseph Royer again. Working along the outside here. Simonson behind the back. Just out of reach. Mounties grab it, turning. 1-on-1 here. Turning into 2-on-1. Hetman sprawling to save that one. And the Outlaws grab it. Turn up the floor. Orgrave holding currently. Weighing his options for dishing it off to Tokar. Up to Simonson. Back to Joseph Royer. Simonson, sidearm. Ferris grabs that one. Pressure here on the Mounties. Transition. Passes it off to Foster. Shot. That was off Hetman and out. Going to be Mounties' ball here. Lemire starting for the Mounties. Over to Foster. Went around the pick, dishes it off to Ben Foster. Foster holding. Shot off Hetman. Defender managed to grab it. A lot of forechecking pressure. Pays off, stripped. The Outlaws defender. Foster dishes it off. Diving effort. And that one's good. Eric Lemire from Ben Foster, diving to beat Chayton Hetman. Make it 7-2 in the second period here. High shot, that one right into the Outlaws logo on Hetman. Long pass and breakaway opportunity here. Low shot saved by Ferris, turning and finds his pass. Mounties turning here, hoping to make it a 4-goal game. Pass across, just out of reach. Anarchy in the middle. And Mounties grab it. Outlaws working along the far boards. Holding up, waiting for reinforcements. Passes it off to Joseph Royer. Along the outside here. Forgrave. Over to Royer. Shot. And grabbed by Ferris. Passing it off for his transition. Loose ball. Grabbed by the Outlaws captain. A lot of pressure here by the Mounties forecheckers. Settled down here by the Outlaws offense. Forgrave holding. Loose ball in the middle. Forgrave stripped of it, but managed to recover and beat the Mounties goaltender up high. 8-2, Mounties leading. Outlaws win that face-off. And a penalty called here. 2 minutes, cross-check called on the Mounties. Simonson starting up high here.
Demolishing penalty to number 8.
Working
Aiden
along
Smith, 2 minutes
the
for
outside.
cross-checking. Time penalty, 5:28.
Aiden Smith, 2 minutes for cross-check. 5:13 left in the second period here. Outlaws turning. Good save by Ferris. Outlaws grab the rebound though. Joseph Royer, Simonson. Outlaws working along the outside here. Back up to Simonson. Over, down low. Good opportunity. That one off of the backboards and off the ceiling. Outlaws trucking down the middle of the Mountaineers. That one was off the post. Good effort by Wyatt Ho. Button hooking here, Outlaws. Passing up top to Simonson. 53 seconds left in the penalty to Aiden Smith. 4:13 left in the second period here. Outlaws, Simonson managed to grab it. Working along the outside here. In the middle, Forgrave dishes it back. Ferris with the save, Simonson. And Simonson down to Forgrave, beating Ferris along the post. 9-2, Outlaws leading. Face-off win by the Mounties. Miscommunication there though. Hard work pays off for Aiden Smith. Mounties along the boards, passing off. That one just wide. And shot clock will expire. Outlaws ball. Simonson. Working along the boards there. Back over to Joseph Royer. Back to Simonson. Penalty being called here. Two minutes for interference called on Mount Martin. Simonson starting off this Outlaws power play here. Working along the outside. And quick stick opportunity there. Forgrave battling for that loose ball. Back out to Joseph Royer. Low shot. That one wide off the backboards right to Simonson. Simonson quarterbacking up high here. Joseph Royer back to Simonson. Working along the outside. And Simonson beats the Mounties goaltender just by the post. Simonson from Joseph Royer, 10-2. Outlaws leading in the second period. Battle here on the face-off dot. Outlaws come up with it. Stripped. Outlaws managed to recover that spinning. And running down into the corner. Simonson over to Joseph Royer. Minute 52 left in the second here. High shot, battling. Wyatt Ho taking exception to the commotion in front of his goaltender. Mounties, low shot, and the Mounties' third goal of the game. Cordell Hastings, Mounties' third goal of the game, beating Chayton Hetman down low. Mounties racing back into the Outlaws' end, looking to lessen their deficit. Here, high shot, saved by Hetman. Almost picked off by the Mounties forechecker there. Outlaws managed to keep hold of it. Tokar holding. Back up to Simonson. Off the toe of Ferris and out to Simonson. Simonson holding still. Sidearm shot. And Mounties grab it. 2-on-2 forming here. 3-on-2, sorry. Mounties, low shot, and Mounties. 10-4, Mounties trailing.
The Mounties goal, scored by number 28, Davis Day. Assist to number 33, Hunter McChesney, and number 31, Jared Ferris. Time to go, 31 seconds.
Time called here. Battle of the Borders is back this September in Missoula, Montana. Tour the beautiful University of Montana campus, learn about the Grizz Lacrosse program, and full ride scholarships available for Canadians, all while taking part in the annual North vs. South Box Lacrosse Tournament. Learn more today by following us on Instagram at Battle of the Border LAX. Simonson starting with the ball here. 25 seconds left in the period. Simonson looking to just hold it, let time tick off the clock here before they make a play. Tokar back up to Simonson. That one was down to Forgrave. And Forgrave managed to button hook and beat Ferris. Make it 11-4 right at the end of the second period here. And referees call it. Second period ends. Outlaws leading 11-4. We'll be back on CROW Lacrosse TV after this intermission for more senior playoff lacrosse action. Welcome back to CROW Lacrosse TV. Third period, senior B lacrosse action here between the Calgary Mountaineers and the Beaumont Lacrosse Club. Beaumont leading 11-4. A lot of resistance here. Mounties running into. Outlaws grab it. Button hooks. Waits for reinforcements. Joseph Royer. Up top to Foregrave. Looks for the shot. Ferris tried to grab it, but just out of reach. Mounties recover. Loose ball again. Mounties trying to settle it there. Lemire dished it off to Foster, or sorry, Murphy. Now over to Foster. Sidearm. Hetman, sprawling save. And unfortunate goal there. Bouncing out of Hetman's stick and bouncing into the net. 11-5, Mounties trail in the third period here. Mounties win that face-off. A lot of pressure. 2-on-1 right now. That one tried to go backhand, bounced off the Outlaws defender. Good defensive play. Mounties ball here along the far boards. Over to Murphy. Foster holding. Back over to Murphy. Knocked down by the Outlaws defender. Delayed penalty here. Extra man out for the Mounties. Over to Foster. Holding it. And shot clock will expire.
The Outlaws penalty to number 71, Jaden Green. 2 minutes for roughing. Time penalty 18:07.
2 minutes for roughing for Green there. Foster down low to Murphy. Try to go quick stick, just out of reach there. So loose ball in the corner. Whistle called, going to be Mounties' ball down there in the corner. Working along the outside here. Over to Foster. Back up top. Foster. Behind the back. Back up top. And low shot. Mounties crawling their way back into this game in the third period here. 11-6, Mounties trailing in the third period. Bryden Robichaud with the power play goal.
Assistant number 28, Davis Dane. And number 21, Ben Foster. Got the goal, 17-24.
Outlaws settling here. Working along bench side boards. Picks. And that shot was low. Back over to Simonson. And picked off Mounties one-on-one here. Hetman save. Simonson back to grab it. Opportunity there for Brody Seaborn after he picked it off. Outlaws settling now. Joseph Royer over to Luke Royer. Holding here. Over. Low shot off Ferris. Mounties grab it. Looking for an outlet pass. Dishes it off. And the Mounties get the rest of their offensive unit out there. Robichaud, that pass just out of reach. And Outlaws managed to grab it after it bounced off the boards. Outlaws working along the boards here. Over to Joseph Royer. Royer holding now. Pass it over to Simonson. That shot blocked by the Mounties defenders. Off of them and out. Still Outlaws ball. Over to Simonson. Holding. Tried to go one-on-one. Turned away and dished the ball off. Outlaws. High shot by Simonson. Off of Ferris and out in front. Outlaws come up with it but are quickly stripped. Outlaws come up with it after that loose ball battle. Ferris with the save. That one back in. Joseph Royer going to be starting in the corner for the Outlaws. Back up top to Luke Royer. Holding, settling things down here. Back over to Joseph. Cross. Defender. Swim move. Pick. Moving pick called. And Robichaud. Outlet pass to Murphy. Up top to Foster. Back to Murphy. Robichaud. High shot and Robichaud cutting around the defender. He beats Hetman to make it 11-7. The Mountaineers are now within 4 in the third period here of game 2. Face-off battle here. Mounties come up with it. Ducking under that hit. Tripped up. Loose ball. And Mounties come up with it. Mounties hoping to capitalize on this momentum. Keep their comeback alive. Over to Murphy. Back up top to Murphy. Working along the outside here. Robichaud. Shot clock expired. And Outlaws ball. Odd man rush here for the Outlaws. Shot and Ferris with the save. Up to Foster. Foster ducking between defenders. Foster ran into the crease there by the Outlaws defense. Delayed penalty called.
27, Luke Royer, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Sound penalty, 13-16.
Luke Royer, 2 minutes cross check. That one off the backboards and out. Outlaws ball here. 13 minutes left in the third period here. Forgrave running. Backhand opportunity, sliding hard into the backboards. Forgrave running to the bench, looks like he's all right. Mounties setting up their power play unit here. Robichaud, back to Foster. Robichaud, back down low. Foster, behind the back. And that one around the defender. And 11-9. Mounties trailing here in the third, capitalizing on that power play.
Down the goal, 12-24.
Mounties working along the outside here. Robichaud holding. Cutting it in the middle, diving. Saved by Hetman. Back out to Robichaud. Pass. And that one trickles through Hetman's legs. And a little bit of miscommunication there, fixed. 11-9, Mounties trailing currently. 11:36 left in the third period. Their comeback has been pretty good so far in the third period here. Working along the boards here. Down to Robichaud, holding.
The Mounties goal, scorer number 12, Cordell Hastings. Assistant number
Back
21,
up top.
Ben Foster.
Low shot, and Robichaud beating Chayton Hetman down low, making it 11-10. Racing for it, Mounties. Robichaud with that last goal.
And number 21, Ben Foster, top line's goal, 11-15.
Mounties working along the outside here, only trailing by 1 now. They're down by as many as 8 earlier in this period. The comeback has been big so far. Low shot, Hetman with the save. Mounties grab it along the boards. And fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock for them. Broken stick, I believe. One of the Outlaws defenders. Short a stick. Travis Needham out pressuring without a stick. Long shot, saved by Hetman. Hetman. Pass, and Joseph Royer holding there. Over to Simonson. Back down to Joseph Royer. Behind the net now. Up to Simonson. Shot saved by Ferris. Grabbed in the crease by Seaborn. Sorry, Colton Jones. Sorry. Jones dishes it off to Murphy. Murphy holding. Setting up along the boards there. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dishes it over. High shot. And Outlaws ball there. Running. Peeling off now, looking for reinforcements. Hands it off to Joseph Royer. Dalen Ray. Back up top. Over to Simonson. Back down to Ray. Over to Royer. That one off the defender and out. Going to be Outlaws ball again. Sandberg going to grab it. Sandberg over to Joseph Royer. Back down to Ray. Over to Royer. Sandberg holding. High shot. That one off Ferris and into the corner. Mounties. 2-on-1. Shot just saved by Hetman. Mounties grab it and set back up. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Murphy holding now along the boards. Rest of his unit getting out there. Goodman back over to Robichaud. And that one, diving opportunity. That one beats Hetman. Tying goal, 11-11 in the third period here.
Mounties goal. Scorer number 16, Josh Griffin. Assistant number 1, Tommy Murphy.
Over and back called.
2, Eric Lemire. Time goal 8-19.
Whistle. Going to be Mounties ball after quick timeout here. Big hit along the boards on Foster. Managed to hold on to it. Back in. A little bit of confusion. Outlaws ball though. Outlaws running here. Hoping to reclaim the lead. Back down low. Simonson bobbles it momentarily. Cross to Joseph Royer. To Rye. High shot by Royer. Turning. Jones passes it off for the outlet after breaking it out of his end. Mounties bounce pass. Holding along the boards. Looking to take the first lead of the game here. Mounties turning. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Low shot. That one off Hetman and out. Mounties ball. Mounties working around the outside here.
3 seconds off the clock. Reset on time.
Holding. Back over to Robichaud. Low shot off the backboards. And that one over and back called. 6:57 left in the third period here. All tied up at 11. Foregrave starting in the corner with it. Running up top. Over to Ray. Back over to Foregrave. Handed off to Ray. Back over to Sandberg. Ray once more. Simonson. And Simonson with the backhand, beating Ferris to reclaim the lead, 12-11 with 6:35 left in the third period here.
Assistant number 94, Mitch Sandberg. And number 88, Ethan Foregrave. Tally the Outlaws goal, 6:35.
Murphy cutting into the middle there. Back over. Foster holding. Up top. Murphy. Look for the pass. Foster ducking. Big hit. Forced into the crease there. Murphy lobs it back over into Outlaws' end as the shot clock expires. Outlaws bobble. Big pressure by Foster. Outlaws turning. Simonson holding right now. Sandberg. Peeling back up top. Over to Ray. Big hit in the middle. Joseph Royer, underhand, saved by Ferris. Calling for a wipe. Floor's a little wet. Goodman starting with it in the Mounties end. Setting up, hoping to tie it once more. Mounties working in the middle. That one off Hetman, and Outlaws grab it. Working along the boards here. Backhand. Murphy grabs it and turns back into the Outlaws end. Extracurriculars behind the play, and the Mounties will be in the box. Goodman, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Behind the play there, Simonson up top here for the Outlaws power play. Joseph Royer, and quick stick down low for Sandberg. And the Outlaws, 13-11, are turning back the Mounties comeback here late in the third period. Outlaws grab it off the face-off. Running around the net. Knocked hard into the boards. Outlaws holding up high here. Simonson holding. Simonson still in possession. Foregrave, that one off the crossbar. Simonson. No over and back called because it was off the post. Simonson back to grab it. Killing as much time as he can here. 4:10 left in the third period. Outlaws leading 13-11. Mounties mounted a big comeback early in the period. Coming back to tie the game. But now the Outlaws back up by 2. Off the post, Foregrave. Holding currently. Gonna just roll it back into the Mounties end. Mounties gotta grab it. Hopefully, hoping to look for a second comeback here. Murphy off the end of his stick. Loose ball. Murphy, good effort to grab it, maintain. Back over to Robichaud. Murphy, offhand side. Picked off by the Outlaws defender, Luke Royer. Turns up, waits for reinforcements. He's happy to let time tick off the clock. 3 minutes left in the third period here. 14 on the shot clock. Holding, killing as much time as he can. Passes it off. Foregrave holding, 2 seconds. Dishes it over into the opposite corner. Mounties 2:40 left in the third period here. Running back up top. Goodman. Turned away. Pick. That one, miscommunication there. 6 seconds. Cut. Big cut. And good save by Hetman. Mounties managed to grab it once more. Over to Foster. Foster holding. Weighing his options. Turns. Behind the back there. Hetman out to grab it. Couldn't reel it in. Mounties battling in the corner here. Delayed penalty called. Ben.
Beaumont's penalty to number 21, Ben Foster, 2 minutes for roughing. Time penalty 149.
Ben Foster, 2 minutes for roughing. Simonson holding, letting time tick off the clock here. He's quarterbacking his power play units here. Going for it. Forgrave, shot, saved by Ferris. Loose ball battle here. Back up top to Joseph Royer. Simonson, again letting time tick off the clock, holding. Timeout called.
Timeout called by the Outlaws.
Simonson over to Joseph Royer. Minute 5 left in the third period here. Game 2 of the Outlaws versus the Mounties. That one just wide. Joseph Royer. Shot clock expires, and Outlaws quickly to their box. Timeout called for the Mounties here with 46 seconds left in the third. And Fanatic pace pays off as Murphy beats Hetman to bring this game back within one with 41 seconds left in the third period. Mounties ball there off the face-off.
Mounties goal scored by number 11.
40 seconds. Mounties trail by 1, 13 to 12.
Time goal, 41 seconds.
Murphy. Back down to Robichaud. Big Outlaws looking to grab it. Long pass. Oh, empty net. 15 seconds. He was stripped of it. Mounties. 10 seconds on the clock. Blocked by the Outlaws. Robichaud, 2 seconds. And time will expire. Outlaws winning 13 to 12. Mounties had a huge comeback at the start of the third period here, but they couldn't come all the way in this game 2.